another YouTube video. As you guys read down below, you guys already know what's about to go down. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get straight into the video. So, as you guys read down by the title, this video is a little bit different compared to the ones that I've been doing. So, it is going to be a story time. So, it's going to be a story time on how I missed my flight on the day of my birthday. Do you know how terrifying that was? And it literally ruined my whole entire day. But stay tuned because I was able to make it up for myself, and just enjoy my day, because why not celebrate the day that you were born? But guys, I was mad. I was angry. I just didn't even feel like going on that trip anymore. Before I get in depth into the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. And follow my social medias. They're all down below. So, it was my 25th birthday. And you know how the 25th birthday is, you know, you've lived a quarter of a century. So, I wanted to make that birthday special. So, I wanted to make my 25th birthday special. So, me and my friend, we planned on a trip. It was last minute. We literally planned it between 3 to 4 weeks in advance, but it was still rushed. So the trip was to go to Atlanta, Georgia, and we pretty much rushed everything. We literally stayed there for, I believe, 3 to 4 days, and we pretty much outlined our day and how everything was gonna go and what time we were gonna get to the airport. So this is how everything happened. So I wanted to get my makeup done in Boston before I had got to Atlanta. So then that way, once I get to ATL, I would just change into my birthday outfit. But let me just tell you how my day went on the 14th. I had a busy day. So first, it started off with me going to my makeup appointment. And from there, my friend was getting her hair done. So, because we wanted to be prepared and enjoy our night once we get to ATL. So then after that, there was tons of traffic on my way getting back home. And then my parents surprised me with a birthday cake, and they wanted to take pictures because I was not going to celebrate it with them that year. So I was like, okay, let me get cute and take pictures. So then that way it would be a memory for me to look back at years from now. So then after that, my friend was also running behind on her hair appointment because I believe she got there late, or the hairstylist was running late. And I think the hairstylist was working on 3 people at once, which is what's the whole point of booking an appointment, you know? But that's besides the point. So then I go and pick up my friend, and now we're trying to find parking at the airport because I was speeding. I was like, oh my God. I kind of had this gut feeling where we might miss the flight, that we could have missed our flight. But I was just like, I don't think that's going to happen. You know, we got this. So then we're looking for the parking spot near the airport, and we thought we would find it so quick. So we left exactly 30 minutes. And when I tell y'all, we were struggling to find the parking, and the employee was supposed to be on the clock, and he's on his phone chit-chatting on social media when he should be helping us. So after going around, after a good 20 minutes, we finally found the parking lot that was connected to the airport that we would only pay $12 per day. Tell me why we're looking for a secure spot to park. Because, you know, first we need to consult it with the employee that works with the company to make sure it's perfectly fine to leave it there. And tell me why literally we're getting annoyed, we're getting irritated, we're trying to get to the airport, and he's on his phone. He's just chilling on social media, and then he's also talking on the phone. I'm just like, what is this? And then I literally had to tell him, listen, I'm in a rush. I'm about to miss my flight. we need to get this situated. And he has the audacity to say, oh, that's not my fault, I'm doing my job, you guys need to be patient. But it came to a certain extent where it's like, okay, we're being patient with you, but you're kind of being a little too slow. So me and my friend, we were trying so hard not to argue with him. So fast forward, we found a parking spot, we paid, and then we had to take the shuttle bus. And the shuttle bus was running behind. It was snowing, it was raining that day. Me and my friend, we had gotten our hair done, and we're just like, okay, this is gonna mess up my hair. And I was like, okay, this is also gonna mess up my makeup. So I was already annoyed to the max. So now we're waiting 20 minutes for the shuttle bus. So 5 minutes in, it was very cold out. I told my friend, you know what, we might as well just Uber to the airport. So we requested an Uber. He came in very quickly. He arrived very quickly, and we told him that, listen, we need to catch a flight at 1:30. I need you to come. I need you to get to the airport as soon as possible. So he was just awesome. So we got to the airport, and then me and my friend was like, all right, perfect. At least we're in the airport. So, I guess, the way Spirit works is that we had to check in advance. And mind you, when we got to the airport, we were literally 15 minutes early, just 15 minutes. And, we went to the kiosk and we were trying to check in, and it wouldn't let us. So I also forgot to mention this. So I guess there was a way that I could have checked in advance on my phone. And for some reason, I didn't do that. I had so many emails that I completely skipped over that email. So once we got there, we were only 15 minutes early. And, mind you, 15 minutes, you should be, we should have been sitting inside. We should have been inside the airplane or walking in line, about to walk inside the airplane. So the kiosk was giving us an error message, and me and my friend was like, are you sure? My friend was like, are you sure you're entering the passenger ID number correctly? Whatever that's called. And I said, yeah, girl. And then she was like, all right, let me give it to me and let me try. So she also inputted it, and then we're like, okay, this is not working. So we went to the rep. So then the reps, they're looking at us like we're crazy because we came in all wet. We were just out of it that day. So the kiosk wasn't working. So I walked over to the agent at Spirit. Spirit is the worst flight. When I tell you it's the worst flight for you. Spirit is the worst. Is the worst agency for you to book a flight. They were so rude. When I tell you they were so rude to the point where, we politely went to them. Of course, we're annoyed, we're frustrated. So our tone of voice might come off a little rude, but they should be understanding, That's when their customer service should come into place. But they obviously did it, and I'm going to tell you guys how we got into it and how pretty much nothing worked in our favor. And we took a good 5 minutes trying to figure out that whole kiosk situation. So then once we go there, they're like, oh. They literally look over on their clock and they're like, oh. The lady was like, oh, you guys only have 10 minutes. You guys do know that you guys have to come at least an hour in advance or two to check in and do the whole onboarding thing. So me and my friend were like, well, we're here, so can you, as a one-time courtesy, can you just accelerate it and, we'll go to the gate? Because mind you, they had the walkie-talkie, so they can communicate with each other and communicate with their coworkers. They could have communicated with each other and say, hey, there's two ladies, just hold on the plane. Because we literally could have ran. We're two young girls. And when I say ran, it's like we could have done things quickly. We could have done it in a matter of 10 minutes. And we didn't have like 3-4 luggages at once. We literally had one luggage each and in a purse. That was it. So after going back and forth, she called her manager, and then she started getting other employees involved, and they were all saying no to us. And then I was just trying my best to be nice to them. I was like, you know, it's my birthday, has a one-time courtesy. Can you guys just, you know, do this for us? Because we really don't want to miss the flight and have to pay extra. They completely said no, and the plane took off. When the plane took off, that's where I was like, you know what? I don't even want to go anymore. My friend was like, do you want to just celebrate in Boston? I was just like, girl, we already have reservation booked, everything. And then they were offering us, of course, that's just a way of them. That's just a way of Spirit making more money. They offered us, you know, to pay an extra $100 each for the next flight. And mind you, the next flight was literally 7 hours later, around 8 o'clock at night. So me and my friend, we just like literally stepped aside and we kind of talked it out. You know, obviously who would want to spend more money? But then it was my birthday. So I was like, you know what, girl, we already made this plan. So let's just thug it through. Let's do it. It's only $100. It was a lot. You know, it was a good chunk of money, but it could have been more. So me and her, we came to an agreement. We still went to Atlanta because it was my birthday and I was definitely going to make it happen. That's just on period. You got to make your birthday celebration a special event because it only happens once a year. So after going back and forth with Spirit, it was just crazy. We literally paid the $100 and then my friend ended up, you know, writing an email to Spirit, just to let her, just so that way they know the experience that we had, and they provided us with a voucher, a $50 voucher, which was like nothing because we paid $100 extra and we waited 8 hours and we had to reschedule a whole bunch of reservations that we had planned that day. More of the story, don't book with Spirit. I'm telling you, Spirit is the worst. It is the worst. They literally charge you for extra bags. Like, I just don't get that. And I also forgot to mention, I started being a little nice to them because my luggage was over the weight that it was supposed to be, and the last thing that I wanted to go through is open my luggage in front of everybody and take out clothes or take out shoes. And I'm like, who's gonna take it back home? You know, it would have been a whole scene. So I was not trying to deal with that. So I definitely had to be nice with them. But 10 out of 10, I would not recommend Spirit. I would not recommend Spirit. That's a no-go. So this is my little story time on how I missed my flight on the day of my birthday. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below. And like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.